So good morning. This is Dave Lockwood with Demolition, and this is our daily vlog. And the purpose of this vlog, if you're new to the channel, is we are taking you with us on the journey to opening up our first new location in Florida. And the idea is for us to open up locations all over the state of Florida. So right now what we're doing is we're learning the marketing part of this. So we know how to run our company. We know how to run what we do. We have systems for everything. And it's funny, the systems just kind of develop themselves over the years. There's processes, there's things that we do a certain way, and they make this whole thing work. A lot of people would look at our business model and they would doubt it. What they would doubt is the fact that you could get the things done that we get done for enough to make enough profit. So getting the labor to do the work in a diligent enough manner that where you could make additional money. So what we like to do is we like to make money coming and going. If you talk to a big demolition company, some guy my age in some other city, he would say that doesn't work. I've tried, that doesn't work. And it doesn't work because basically he doesn't know how to control his labor, or doesn't know how to, you don't really control the labor. You have to go through the labor until you find the laborers, until you find the ones that are willing to follow the processes that you put in place. That's the secret to that part of it. Now, how do you do that? Well, there's a process. So, all right, so this YouTube channel, I'm going to say, oh my God, unbelievable. I just can't believe it. So we've been at this for not quite a year yet. We got another month until we're at a year. This is September 30th. So we're less than a year. I hired Daryl Ives to teach me how to do this, to tell me whether it would possibly, what I had in my mind would work. And I followed his processes to the best of my ability. And I have just absorbed, man, I don't know how many books I read this last year. And when I talk about reading books, I'm not going to sit down and read a book. Okay, I'm just not. I do find that very therapeutic, but that's not what I'm going to do. What I do is I use audiobooks for my dead time. And what I do is I use that when I'm driving somewhere. It might be 20 minutes here, an hour there. When I go on my bike rides here on the beach, and that I'll listen to, a lot of times I'll listen to a program on the way out, and then I'll listen to music on the way back. Or sometimes I don't feel the need for the music, and I'll just I might listen to something. And the bike rides I go on, they're normally about an hour to an hour and 20 minutes. If I go all the way down the island and all the way back up on my beach bike, it takes about an hour and 20 minutes. And I have found that is one of the best ways to teach me how to do stuff. Now, if I'm listless or I'm not focused, well, then I just turn the music on and I don't even give it another thought. So sometimes, you're just foggy. You don't have clarity. So why try to learn? Why not try to beat it into your head? But a lot of these books, like there's a book that I'm going through right now. I can't think of the name of it. I'm going to look it up. So it's a good book. So if you're into the YouTube stuff, this book, along with some of the stuff, it reinforced some of the stuff that Daryl Ives has told me. And it's called the YouTube Playbook 2024. And it goes into a lot of detail about promoting your channel. I learned more about this at Vid Summit. When I started and went through the channel Jumpstart with Daryl Ives, the jury was out on the shorts. The shorts were brand new back then, and he didn't really know what to. He didn't know what there was not enough data. That's where he's always looking at the data. there wasn't enough data to tell you what to do with it. So he was kind of, you know, so if you, they have modified Channel Jumpstart and updated it since then, and I haven't gone through that. I should go through it. The new parts. Once you're a Channel Jumpstart guy, you're one for life. So here they are. I went through my 12-week program, and this is, you know, a year later, and they're still helping me. So he did a channel review for me the other day, and I'm going to put that on here in a minute. That is a private group. It is a, so I'm just going to take the portion of that off of there that belongs to me, and I'm going to show it to you. So I'll show you what he has, what he came up with and what he's told me. What he told me was, it's amazing. So here we are, going into Vid Summit. Vid Summit was the very 1st of September. We're at 24,500 subs, and we're like inching along, getting like 20 or 30 more a day or something like that. It was very small. We go to Vid Summit, we come back and listen to all of these keynote speakers, all the guys who are doing the same stuff that we're doing, and but they're further along in the journey than we are with the YouTube stuff, creator stuff. So we come back and we start. I took my editors, my 2 editors. The one is the film guy, drone guy. That's Hudson, and then Kenny is an editor, and he's coming from out of Hollywood. And between the 3 of us, we make a pretty good team. We get a lot done. I think they like this as much as I do. I love it. So anyway, what we did is we came back and started implementing this stuff. The first thing we implemented is I started posting. We use this. It's actually called Opus Clips. I thought it was called Opus One, and I just subscribed to it yesterday. I went and looked into implementing this Go High Level. And every time I'm in the Go High Level, I see what they're doing there is they're trying to, it's a way more complicated than what I need. It's a marketing program for marketing companies, and it's a marketing program and structure for marketing companies. Will it work for me? Absolutely. Will it work for me now? No, it's too much. It's too much. I don't need all of that. I just need pieces and parts. So I went back and I looked at the Opus Clips, and I found that Opus Clips does the same thing, the same core function that I wanted out of Go High Level, which is basically you can put in multiple platforms and push a button, or actually schedule a time, and it will post your videos. Now, I don't know how it works. I don't know if it's satisfactory. I have one set up. It's going to post tomorrow. As soon as I get off of this vlog, I'm going to go and I'm going to set up about 30 or 40 of these things, or 20 or whatever I got time for. We're going to go do another video on the beach here, post Helene coming through, basically what we did on the cleanup. One of the videos we posted here in the first 2 hours went up. We had 72,000 views, and for us that's a lot. By the time I got up this morning, and I posted this maybe 3 o'clock yesterday, maybe 5 o'clock. By the time I got up this morning, it's got 250,000 views. Now that's a long form video, and that's crazy for us. Now we have another video that went off. It's a short, and it's got 2.1 million views. So this stuff's working. It's blowing my mind. I'm pretty sure the YouTube hasn't updated I think it updates every 24 hours or something like that. I think we're going to be over 8 million views total for the channel. When we started in the Channel Jumpstart, we had about 6 million. So we have jumped dramatically. Our views per month was like 650,000. Well, now it's 2.3 million. or no, it's 2.8 million this morning. So, wow. Now, how to turn that into money. That's where we're at now. So now I'm going to get these get these shorts to where I'm going to, and every time I post them, I'm going to 4 to 7 platforms. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to go ahead and start creating some courses that to go along with the books. And then that's where we start making money. I'm also going to do a members area. I'm going to do it outside of YouTube, so that if YouTube ever decides that I'm a schmuck and they want to cancel me, that I still have an audience. So basically, if you're traveling along with us, and let me tell you a little bit about us real quick. So it's Talon, Logan, and myself. Logan's my son. Talon's kind of like my other son. He spent more time with me than he spent with his family in the last, it's got to be 12 years, or it might be 15 years, I don't know. It's been a long time. So we started on this journey. I had a bunch of real estate stuff. Was a real estate agent. I hated selling real estate. I loved doing real estate investment stuff. Accumulated a whole bunch of stuff. Market crashes. Lose everything. Literally lost everything. Started all over. I like to joke and say I started all over with bicycle. So my son, who grew up as a rich kid, lost everything, and he came along with me on the journey. He came down to spend, my wife and I, or my ex-wife, we divorced in the middle of all this mess that went on, and he came to live with me for the summer, and then he never went home. He wanted to stay with his dad. So we went on this journey together. Now what I was doing is just trying to survive, and I was using the junk removal business to survive so I could go back into the real estate business, which I love. I joke around about real estate, and I say I do real estate for free, because to me it's like a big gigantic chess game. It's fascinating. I love it. So I've been doing that. So we own real estate. We own Remove It Pros, and Remove It Pros we just stumbled on. So we're doing junk removals. And this is a very long story, and I'm not going to give it to you all right now. We're doing junk removals. When we're getting done with these junk removals, we started doing junk removals and paying attention to the stuff we're getting and reselling it. So that's the short version of what has made this work very, very good. We were able to get ahead very quickly doing that by identifying things that were valuable, fixing little stuff, so on and so forth. So while we're doing that, now I had a contractor's license here. People started saying, hey, who do you know that takes out, we go to do a junk removal. Somebody just bought a house. Hey, who do you know takes out kitchens? Hey, who do you know takes out flooring? Who do you know takes out walls? Well, where I come from, in the economic class that I came from, well, the contractor's going to do all that. You know, that's part of the deal. The contractor's going to do that. He's going to do that from A to Z. When you're in a luxury market and your time is very valuable, what we do for these guys is we go in and do all the heavy lifting, all the dirty work, and get all the crap out of the way so they can get started on their projects. And we do it like right now, you know, and I know how they feel because I was them. So we don't do any contracting for anybody, just for ourselves. We buy properties and renovate them. We use the stuff we get out of these luxury demos and junk removals to for the furniture and the dishes and all that kind of stuff, and also for the cabinets and the toilets and all that kind of stuff. So we save a tremendous amount of money doing that, and we're repurposing like at a mad level. So we've been doing that. So all of this together, we basically have about 6 businesses that are all tied together. They're all interrelated in this selective demolition or building demolition and the repurposing. And we've been doing this since 2014 under the name Remove It Pros. We were affordable demolition before that. We realized that we didn't want to be, not that we're not affordable, we didn't want to be affordable. Okay, we didn't want to service marketplaces where they couldn't afford us. We wanted to service marketplaces where they want the service and they want it done right more than they're trying to get it done cheap. So that's where we went with this. So giving you all that backstory because that's what has that's why we've gone into this channel. So the channel has come from people walking into Reuse It Pros, which is where it's our warehouse basically. Remove It Pros' warehouse, and that's where we repurpose and sell stuff. And people come in and they lose their minds. And when I was doing this and selling and doing everything in the field, I wore a lot of hats while we started this. I kept hearing, "You should start a YouTube channel. You should start a YouTube channel. You should start a YouTube channel." So that's how this all came about. Now, fast forward to today. I feel like I won the lottery. I feel like I'm the luckiest man in the world. I love what I do. I enjoy it at a level that you just have no idea. Matter of fact, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. And the reason that I'm working so early in the morning, it's actually 4:41 now. I got up at 4 o'clock, is because I need uninterrupted time to do a lot of the things that I'm doing. I'm not 21 years old anymore. And when I learn stuff, it's probably taken me longer my whole life. I'm not a guy like me is never going to go to Harvard. Okay, I'm not going to impress anybody with my education that I got. So my education came from the school of hard knocks, of not wanting certain things and getting. I don't know if you're born with it, or I don't know if it's in your DNA, or I don't know if you just grow into it, but I just wanted more. I grew up and I looked at the people around me and they were miserable and they weren't happy. I looked at my mom and dad who, bless their hearts, I love them to death, but they gave up. They didn't finish school, and they came from really, really poor backgrounds. They dealt with my mom dealt with some horrendous stuff. Their big goal in life was to get them and their family out of that, and they did it. They got us out of that. Now that allowed me to get exposure to other people who I worked for, people who were wealthy, and I got to know them, and I'm like, wow, they're not really that impressive. They don't seem like they're. I don't know. That might sound negative, but it's not what I mean. What I mean is they're just like me. They're just ordinary people. Now they know stuff that I don't know, and they've applied stuff that I don't know how to apply, and they have success. Now, one of them took some interest in me and spurred me on and got me to get out of my environment. And thank you, Mrs. McIntyre. I know you're in heaven. I don't know if you're looking down on me and giving me the thumbs up, but Barry, I'm thankful for that relationship, and I've come a long way since then. Okay, so back to my story. So that's how Remove It Pros came about. And then as time has gone on, we did primarily all hands-on demolition in the beginning, and then Hurricane Ian came in, and we're always looking to grow. We think, well, what can we do to just grow right here? Well, so we decided to do machine-driven demolition, which is basically excavator demolition, and we started doing that. And because of our Google reviews and our reputation, we walked right into that business, and we're one of the key players in that business right now. So Hurricane Helene came in, just flooded the whole island. My house almost got flooded, missed it by 4 inches. Now there's another storm on the way. Woohoo! Yay. So one of the videos we did on that has done, and we put it on. It's kind of a stupid video. No, it's not a stupid video. It's kind of a stupid subject. I noticed that all the seawalls all the way down the beach have been unearthed, and there's so much sand that's been displaced off of the beaches, and it's all pushed across the whole island. And a lot of it ended up on Estero Boulevard, and they scooped all that up and put it back on the beach. But guys, that ain't even close to being enough sand to. So we did a video on that. We did a drone video on it. I did a voiceover on it, and that thing is the video I was talking about. 250,000 views. Actually, it said 301,000. I looked at it when I first got up. It's already went up that much. So the channel's I'll use channel jump start terminology as popping off. Daryl told me this would happen. I keep telling him I'm not making any money yet. And he's like, you will. You will. And he says it like you will. Like, I mean, this guy has been behind the biggest crowdfunding event this ever happened. He put together the money for The Chosen. The Chosen is basically, it's Jesus' story. And he didn't want to have Hollywood's influence into Jesus' story. So they crowdfunded and put the money together to do this. It's the biggest one ever. The biggest crowdfunding ever. Baywatch was the #1 watched movie series in the world. And that's because they translated it into like 60 languages. The Game of Thrones is the #1. I'm repeating this and I don't know all the details very intimately. So basically, The Chosen is blowing past all of that. The Chosen is already translated into 100 languages. They're translated into 600 languages. And it's the story of Jesus and how he did what he did, in the story of our creation and so on and so forth. So that's who he is. He's not really money motivated. This is a big community for him. He doesn't need to do this, and it's really cool. And he knows my name, which makes me feel important. And he's helping me. He's helping me. He's watching my videos and telling me, you're doing this, you need to do this, you need to do that, and so on and so forth. So on this channel review, he's actually going to watch some of my videos. He's going to send me a report. I asked him, I said, okay, you told me all these good things. Now, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? What do I need? What do I need? And he told me some of the stuff, like I'm not looking at the camera a lot when I'm out in the field, things like that. So, but anyway, I could go on for days here. So Hurricane Helene floods the whole island, steals a bunch of our sand. We do a whole bunch of videos on it. That gives us a huge channel boost. That's one of my buckets. It's related to demo, because ultimately these houses flood. Guess who gets to come in and do the demo cleanup? We do some of it. For people who say, piss on it, I'm not going to remodel this for the 3rd time in 2 years. They're going to tear theirs down. We might get a chance at that. So it's business. It's all business to us. And then the repurposing, all these people down here, well, you know what? I got hurricane windows. I've got hurricane doors. I've got nice kitchens that came out of rich houses. They wanted a different color, or they're tearing the house down because of Ian or what. I got all this stuff. It's a really cool thing. So, but this is Remove It Pros Demolition. This is the pure entrepreneur site. This is our vlog thing. This is our 90th vlog, if my numbers are right. So at any rate, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.